In a quiet town nestled in the green hills just outside Asheville, North Carolina, lived an elderly woman named Grace. Everyone simply called her Grandma Grace. Her home was a small wooden cottage by a gentle creek, where wildflowers grew along the fence and wind chimes sang softly in the morning breeze. Grace lived alone, her husband having passed long ago, and she never had children. But her heart was always full. She had one close companion, a small white hen with tiny black spots and a bright red comb named Daisy. Daisy followed Grace everywhere, clucking softly as if they were deep in conversation. Every morning, as the sky turned pink and gold, Daisy would lay one perfect, warm egg. Grace would hold it gently, smile, and whisper, "This is enough for today." "Thank you, my dear." She would boil the egg, eat half for breakfast, and save the other half for dinner, never wasting a thing. She grew her own vegetables and lived a simple, peaceful life filled with gratitude. But one morning, something unexpected happened. Daisy laid 2 eggs. Grace laughed softly. "Well now, that's very kind of you." She cooked 1 egg for herself and carefully wrapped the other. She walked to the local market and sold the extra egg for a little rice and honey. The next day, it happened again, and again after that. Word started to spread. "That hen is special," people said. "Sell both eggs," a neighbor suggested. "You could make good money." "Start a business," another added. "Think bigger, Grandma Grace. You could be rich." Grace just smiled kindly and shook her head. "One for me," she said, "and one to share." She gave eggs to her neighbors, to children walking home from school, and sometimes left one quietly on a doorstep at night. She became known as the Egg Lady of Asheville, a name spoken with affection and respect. Then one spring, heavy rains came. The creek overflowed, flooding homes and washing away supplies. Times became hard. Stores closed and worry filled the town. But Daisy, faithful as ever, kept laying 2 eggs every single morning. Without anyone noticing, Grace had been saving them. She boiled eggs day and night, pickled some for later, and carried baskets through the rainy streets, leaving them for those in need. She never asked for payment or thanks. She simply gave. One evening, her neighbors gathered on her porch. "Why didn't you sell more?" they asked gently. "You could have been comfortable." Grace looked at them, her eyes calm and steady. "Because happiness isn't collecting more," she said. "It's appreciating what we have and sharing when others need us. That is real wealth." Daisy clucked softly at her feet, as if in agreement. The rain stopped, and a sense of peace returned. True happiness isn't about getting more. It's about realizing what is enough and choosing to share. When we lift others, we lift ourselves too. Together we become rich in heart.